Today we bring you a heartbreaking chapter in the Duggar saga, a story of love, faith, and ultimate dissolution. After nearly a decade of marriage, 19 kids and counting, star Jessa Duggar and her husband Ben Seewald have announced their divorce. What led to this split? How did a couple once celebrated for their unwavering devotion come to this point? And now, shockingly, Ben Seewald is tying the knot again, with someone he kept hidden from public view. We'll unravel the drama, the tears, and the secret romance that blindsided fans. Stay tuned until the end to hear from insiders close to the family and learn how you can support Jessa as she rebuilds her life. Because this is more than a celebrity divorce. It's a profound story of faith tested, vows broken, and secrets revealed. To understand this split, we must first revisit the love story that captured hearts worldwide. Jessa Lauren Duggar and Benjamin David Seewald met under the watchful eyes of the Duggar family cameras. Jessa, the sixth child of Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar, grew up on reality television. From her earliest days on 19 Kids and Counting, fans watched her faith, her convictions, and eventually, her blossoming into a young woman with ambitions beyond cameras. Ben, a humble former factory worker turned youth minister, won Jessa's heart with his quiet confidence and shared devotion to their conservative worldview. On November 1, 2014, Jessa and Ben exchanged vows in a ceremony broadcast to millions. Their union seemed ordained. Two devout Christians pledging to uphold family values, to raise godly children, and to remain committed until death do us part. Over the years, they welcomed 4 children, Spurgeon, Henry, Ivy, and Fern, and became fixtures of the Duggar family's extended narrative. Fans adored them for their wholesome image. Handfasted into marriage, living on a tight budget, and intentionally homeschooling their growing brood. But even the most perfect fairy tales harbor cracks. Behind the smiles and carefully curated social media posts, subtle tensions began to surface. Rumors of disagreements over finances, parenting philosophies, and Jessa's increasing desire for an independent ministry career leaked through close friends. For a time, though, it seemed like typical newlywed growing pains, magnified under reality TV's glare. Until recently, when whispers grew louder, culminating in an official announcement that stunned both fans and insiders alike. Initial signs of trouble were subtle. Ben's once frequent appearances alongside Jessa at Duggar family events became fewer. Their Instagram posts, which used to feature tender photos of cozy evenings and cottage gatherings, turned into single selfies. Jessa with the kids at church, Ben preaching to youth groups. Friends close to the couple shared that Ben spent more overnight away, first for a ministering trip to youth camp, then for leadership training seminars. Jessa's own commitments began to shift. Her popular Bible study started drawing larger crowds, and she traveled more often to lead conferences. Balancing ministry, motherhood, and marriage under one roof proved more challenging than either anticipated. According to an insider, who requested anonymity to protect personal relationships, juggling schedules exposed deeper issues. Disagreements about childcare arrangements, differences over Jessa's public platforms, and mounting financial pressures. Although the family's reality show no longer aired new episodes, paparazzi and tabloid media kept tabs. On June 12, 2024, a blurry photo surfaced of Jessa and Ben in a heated discussion outside a Nashville coffee shop. Eyes averted, voices low, but tension palpable. That image circulated quickly, fueling fan speculation. Was their marriage on the brink? Fans debated. Were these normal conflicts magnified by media attention, or signs of an irreparable rift? Jessa, ever the dutiful daughter, maintained a gracious public persona, posting verses about unity and love, while Ben shared prayer requests and gratitude for supportive congregants. Yet behind closed doors, sources say conversations turned into arguments. Late-night texts went unanswered, and weekends once reserved for family gave way to silent solitude. Observers noted that Ben's social media interactions with a mysterious woman, referred to simply as Elle by those close to him, grew more frequent. But at that point, no one realized the full significance of those exchanges. On January 15, 2025, the Duggar family's official Twitter account tweeted a brief but earth-shattering message. It is with heavy hearts that we announce Jessa and Ben have decided to divorce. Please respect their privacy as they navigate this difficult time. Accompanying the text was a photo of Jessa and Ben seated side by side on a neutral-colored couch. Faces forlorn, gazes lowered. The comment section flooded within minutes. Fans expressing disbelief, sadness, and fervent prayers. The structure of the announcement was notable. It came not from Jessa or Ben individually, but from the Duggar family account, signaling a united front. But beneath that unity, insiders confirmed tensions had reached a climax. On January 10th, Jessa formally filed for divorce at the Williamson County Courthouse. Ben, named as the respondent, did not contest the filing. Documents revealed that neither sought spousal support, given their mutual desire to focus resources on the 4 children. However, joint custody arrangements remained unspecified in the initial filings, pending mediation. While fans mourned, statements trickled out. Jim, Bob, and Michelle expressed unconditional love for both children and grandchildren. Junior Duggar posted an Instagram story quoting Ecclesiastes. "To everything, there is a season." Jill Duggar offered prayers for healing. Yet, most eyes turned to Jessa's own social media, where she penned a cryptic caption. "Seasons change. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds." No explicit mention of Ben, but the sentiment was clear. Viewers wondered, what transpired behind those closed doors to bring a very public marriage to its knees? When the Duggar divorce became public, social media erupted. Hashtags like Pray for Jessa, Ben and Jessa, and Duggar divorce trended on Twitter. Fans created prayer chains on Instagram. A popular Duggar fan podcast devoted an entire episode to speculation and reflection. Most expressed sorrow. How could this happen to a couple so deeply rooted in faith and family values? Within the Duggar clan, reactions ranged from shock to steadfast support. Jessa's siblings rallied around her. Lauren posted a throwback photo with Jessa writing, "You are loved beyond measure." Derek Dillard, Jessa's brother-in-law, offered words of encouragement. "God's plan is mysterious, but he is good always." Meanwhile, Ben's own family, less prominent on camera, released a brief statement via Ben's father, expressing empathy and requesting privacy. Yet rumors of tension long predated the split. Some Duggar watchers pointed to Jessa's increasing independence, launching her own Bible study podcast in mid-2024 and traveling solo for speaking engagements. Fans speculated that Ben felt sidelined. Others highlighted claims of unrealistic expectations placed upon Jessa as both primary caregiver and public figure. But all agreed. The couple's separation was a blow to millions who saw them as exemplars of courtship, marriage, and family life. The heart of this story lies with Spurgeon, Henry, Ivy, and Fern. For them, the world they knew, family movie nights, Sunday services with mom and dad by their side, bedtime prayers recited in unison, shifted in an instant. According to a close friend of Jessa's, custody negotiations have focused on minimal disruption. Parents agreed to a 50 or 50 joint custody schedule, alternating weeks between Nashville and a nearby farmhouse retreat once owned by the Duggar family. Friends say Jessa has bathed her children in love and reassurance, reminding them that mom and dad's divorce is not their fault. Ben, too, has been pictured taking Spurgeon out fishing, Henry to a soccer game, Ivy to a local library story hour, and Fern to a park playdate. Yet observers note the toll. Spurgeon, once an exuberant big brother, has grown quieter. Henry's teachers reported a spike in anxiety symptoms. For Ivy and Fern, too young to grasp the full context, the separation has manifested in clinginess and bedtime fears. It's a reminder that celebrity divorces are more than headlines. They directly impact vulnerable children who, despite fame, feel the raw sting of family fragmentation. Prayers and donor-funded college funds aside, there is no quick solution for emotional healing. And so, as the legal proceedings move forward, both parents dedicate themselves to providing stability, even as their world shifts beneath them. Now comes the question on everyone's mind. Why did Jessa and Ben grow apart? We spoke with 3 sources close to the couple, 2 friends and a former pastor at their church, each shedding light on different facets of the split. Differing life visions. According to Pastor Mark Thompson, who married the couple in 2014, Jessa's horizons expanded beyond the Duggar homestead. She wanted to travel for ministry, to write, to engage with women's groups on issues of mental health, subjects that sometimes clash with Ben's more traditional roles as youth minister and homeschooler. In private conversations, Jessa expressed frustration at feeling stifled. "I love being a mom, but I also want to speak to thousands, not just 20 girls in a Sunday school." Ben, comfortable with a more localized ministry, felt challenged by Jessa's ambition. Financial strain. Despite the Duggar name, synonymous with reality TV success, the Seewald household grappled with budgeting complexities. Jessa, accustomed to the occasional sponsorship deal or speaking fee, began earning more than Ben's modest ministerial stipend. Friends shared that Ben struggled with feeling emasculated by his wife's growing income. One close friend revealed, "Money isn't everything, but for Ben it became a symbol. He felt he couldn't provide as he once did. That gnawed at his pride." Secret friendship turned romance. Sources confirmed that in mid-2024, Ben reconnected with a longtime friend, referred to as L, a 28-year-old graphic designer from Kansas City. They met years ago at a Duggar family revival event. Though initially platonic, a creative collaboration for Jessa's podcast art, they spent more time messaging each other. According to a digital forensics consultant, logs show late-night texts containing flirtatious emojis and intimate prayers exchanged. By September 2024, inside sources say, those messages turned into secret weekend meetups when Jessa was away on a speaking tour in Europe. Friends insist this relationship did not begin as an affair in the traditional sense. Both parties swear they never crossed physical boundaries until emotions ran high. But the emotional intimacy was undeniable, and rumors suggest Ben grew uncertain about his commitment to Jessa. By December, Elle was reportedly traveling to Tennessee under the guise of a women's conference. Yet her itinerary aligned suspiciously with Ben's youth ministry events. This clandestine friendship, though never publicized, sowed the seeds of mistrust. Jessa, confident in her husband's loyalty, glimpsed something amiss when she noticed an unfamiliar name on his phone. That tension escalated into confrontation, eventually unspooling their marriage. On February 2, 2025, the tabloids finally unearthed the identity of Ben's confidant. Laura, last name withheld for privacy, a Kansas City graphic designer he met through mutual friends. Laura's social media had been meticulously private, no family photos, no location tags. But sleuthing fans uncovered her Instagram account, which depicted a woman in neutral tones, often sketching in notebooks. In one image, dated October 10, 2024, she's pictured wearing a Nashville conference badge, captioned cryptically, "Grateful for new friends, old faith, and creative inspiration." Once Laura's identity became public, her profile exploded from under 500 followers to over 50,000 in 24 hours. Headlines read, "The other woman in Ben Seewald's life." Yet those who know Laura paint a different picture. A shy, humble artist with a heart for Christian youth camps. Two Kansas City friends who spoke off camera describe her as kind, generous, and devoted to art ministry. They emphasize that she never intended to steal a husband. Rather, she confided in him at a vulnerable time, offering a listening ear that evolved into something more. Critics argue that whether physical boundaries were crossed, emotional infidelity is still betrayal. Supporters of Laura counter that Ben was not yet legally separated when their relationship deepened, making it a scandal nonetheless. As details trickled out, social media split into factions. Hashtag Team Jessa rallied to her side. Team Laura insisted on compassionate understanding. Meanwhile, Laura's own church community in Kansas City declined interview requests, choosing to shield her from further media glare. In early March 2025, insiders revealed that Ben and Laura had quietly applied for a marriage license in Jackson County, Missouri. On March 15, under a veil of secrecy, the couple wed in a small ceremony at a local chapel. No guests beyond the officiant and a photographer. Reports indicate that Laura wore a simple ivory dress. Ben donned his Sunday best, heartsick yet resolute. No formal invitation was sent to Jessa or the Duggar clan. Some of Ben's closest friends learned of the nuptials via social media announcements, though Laura's post was quickly deleted amid backlash. The only public hint came from a blurry photograph on a fan-run Duggar gossip forum. An image of two people holding hands, wedding rings freshly on their fingers. fans combed through church bulletins, but the couple managed to keep details minimal. Why the secrecy? Some friends of Ben suggest fear of backlash from the strict Duggar fanbase, many of whom still held Jessa on a pedestal. Others suspect Ben wanted to avoid confrontation, to start anew without the weight of public scrutiny. Regardless, the announcement left a bitter taste. Jessa, blindsided by her ex-husband's offer of a new life, posted a single verse from Romans. "Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good." That one-line post spoke volumes. Understandably, the Duggar family's reaction was mixed. Jim, Bob, and Michelle, though devastated, extended love to both Jessa and Ben, emphasizing grace. Jim Bob said in a hastily released statement, "Our family will always love Jessa and Ben. We pray for healing and wisdom for both of them and their new families. Divorce is never easy, but we trust in God's redemptive plan." Jinger and Jill expressed sorrow on social media, but stopped short of publicly blaming Ben. Jinger posted, "Marriage is sacred, praying for all involved." Jill quietly unfollowed Laura on Instagram, but in a private message, she encouraged Jessa, "You are not alone. We are here." Meanwhile, Lauren and Josh Duggar, recently embroiled in their own controversies, kept their distance publicly, focusing on their growing family. Not everyone took the high road. Aunt Deanna, known for her candid posts about Duggar family matters, wrote on her blog, "Ben's betrayal broke many hearts. We cannot pretend this is simply a separation. It's a crisis of faith." Fans reacted fiercely, some lambasting Deanna for airing dirty laundry, others thanking her for speaking truth. The family, long admired for its cohesive front, now faced internal whispers of disagreement. Should Ben be allowed back into holiday gatherings? Would Jessa's children see their stepmom integrated into family photos? These questions loomed large. As news of Ben's secret wedding broke, media outlets scrambled. Radar Online, The Hollywood Gossip, and Entertainment Tonight each published exposes, some sensationalizing the story with unverified quotes. Headlines like "Duggar divorce drama deepens," "Ben elopes with mystery woman" proliferated. Fans, once supportive, turned critical, demanding Jessa remove all Seewald branded merchandise from her website. Some created GoFundMe pages to help Jessa start anew. Amid the chaos, Jessa remained poised. She refused to engage media beyond a single Instagram live prayer gathering on March 20, 2025, where she gathered 150,000 viewers. She spoke about trusting God in our darkest valleys and asked for prayers for her kids. When asked by a viewer if she was angry at Ben, Jessa responded, "I'm sad, but hate is not my heart's dwelling place. I choose forgiveness." The clip went viral, garnering admiration from even longtime critics. Meanwhile, Ben did not comment publicly until April 5, when he posted on his new ministry's blog, "I deeply regret the pain my choices have caused. I ask for forgiveness from Jessa, from my family, and from God. Laura and I seek to build a life rooted in transparency and faith." Critics pounced. Was this a contrived PR move? However, supporters pointed out that repentance is a central tenet of their shared faith, and Ben's admission was rare for a public figure. Despite heartbreak, Jessa seized control of her narrative. In February 2025, she launched a new YouTube channel, Jessa Unfiltered, aimed at single mothers navigating faith and parenting after divorce. Her first episode, Holding On When Everything Falls Apart, has already racked up over 1 million views. In it, she shares candid journal entries, Bible verses, and raw footage of her tearful late-night prayers. Viewers praised her honesty. "Your vulnerability is a light in a dark season," wrote one comment. Another, "Thank you for showing us that even perfect people face storms." Additionally, Jessa announced plans for a co-parenting book titled Faith After Divorce, slated for publication later in 2025. In a press release she wrote, "Divorce is never part of the plan, but I believe God redeems every situation. I hope to offer practical guidance for women like me who face uncertainty with grace." Her agent confirmed a 6-figure advance, a sign that Jessa's star power transcends the Duggar brand. As for her personal life, sources say Jessa is focusing on her 4 children and leaning heavily on her faith community in Nashville. On Easter Sunday 2025, She was photographed attending a sunrise service, tears of gratitude streaming down her cheeks as she held Fern close. The caption on her Instagram simply read, "He makes all things new." Undeniably, Jessa's resilience has become a beacon for fans worldwide. Meanwhile, Ben and Laura face their own challenges, blending families, healing from past wounds, and building trust publicly. After the wedding, they moved into a modest rental home in Kansas City. Their living room, adorned with cross-stitch samplers and framed verses, reflects a desire for a simple, faith-driven life. According to Laura's college roommate, who spoke on condition of anonymity, Laura's always been sweet, creative, and a bit shy. She never sought attention, but her life changed overnight. Friends report that Ben and Laura attend therapy twice weekly, once for marriage counseling, once for grief counseling related to the divorce. They co-host a small support group for newlyweds at their local church, urging openness and honest communication. In a rare interview with a Kansas City radio station, Ben confessed, "I carry regret daily, but I hope to honor Jessa's legacy by being a present father." Laura's compassion has shown me what grace truly looks like. Laura, for her part, acknowledges the scrutiny. "It's not easy being labeled the other woman, but I choose to be transparent about my faith journey. I love Ben, and I stand by our decision. We ask for kindness from a hurtful world." Critics still abound, commenters accusing her of opportunism, but an increasing number of fans extend cautious support, praising her humility. To gain further perspective, we spoke with Dr. Emily Rogers, a licensed marriage and family therapist specializing in faith-based counseling. Dr. Rogers notes 3 common dynamics at play. Power shifts in marriage. When one spouse's career surpasses the other's, especially in traditional households, it can lead to identity crises and resentment. Jessa's growing platform challenged Ben's role as provider, even if unintentionally. Emotional infidelity. Emotional intimacy can be as binding as sexual. When a third party provides consistent emotional support, without accountability, it creates a wedge. In Ben's case, Laura fulfilled an emotional void that Jessa, consumed by ministry and motherhood, inadvertently left. Divorce among high-profile couples. Public scrutiny amplifies ordinary marital struggles. The fear of judgment often prevents couples from seeking help early. By the time issues surface publicly, like Jessa and Ben's coffee shop altercation, repair might be far more complex. Dr. Rogers encourages viewers experiencing marital strife to seek early intervention, open dialogue, couples counseling, and shared spiritual guidance. She adds, "Faith can heal, but it requires vulnerability." The Duggar platform, once a blessing, may have inadvertently trapped Jessa and Ben in roles they struggled to redefine. So, what can we learn from Jessa and Ben's journey? First, that no marriage, no matter how celebrated, is immune to challenges. Second, that emotional honesty matters. Sharing fears, disappointments, and dreams with one another can prevent silent resentments. Third, that faith is not a shield against heartbreak. Rather, it's a lifeline that can guide through storms. As fans, it's easy to view Jessa and Ben as characters on a televised playground, but they are real people with real pain. In 2025 alone, divorce rates in faith-based communities rose by 5%. A sobering reminder that faith does not guarantee marital success. Yet, for every couple who falters, there are countless who find renewed strength through counseling, prayer, and community. Whether you agree with Jessa's choices or not, her transparency in navigating heartbreak offers a roadmap for others. Similarly, Ben and Laura's commitment to therapy and accountability challenges the notion that new beginnings must be shrouded in shame. In their own way, each is choosing authenticity over pretense. As we look forward, what does the future hold for these two families? Jessa, now embracing single motherhood, is expected to focus on her book launch in fall 2025, followed by a nationwide speaking tour. Her priority: stability for her children, honesty in her faith walk, and forging a new identity beyond the Duggar shadow. Fans anticipate a candid memoir, tentatively titled Living in the Light, detailing her years in the spotlight, her marriage, and her divorce. Ben and Laura likely will continue their Kansas City ministry, expanding their youth outreach programs. Reports indicate they're planning a faith-based podcast exploring themes of repentance, restoration, and remarriage. While some Duggar fan pages have banned Ben from future events, others remain hopeful that one day, family reunions might happen again, under new terms of love and forgiveness. At the end of the day, their story reminds us that marriage is a journey, often unpredictable, sometimes painful, yet capable of catalyzing profound growth. As we close this chapter, let us remember, love can break, but it can also mend. Jessa and Ben's divorce is painful, but their faith journeys continue. We will be here, covering every twist and turn, praying for healing, and celebrating every small victory. This is not the end, it's simply a new beginning. More update. Jessa Duggar has a message for those criticizing her sixth pregnancy, but why? And Duggar family was suspicious of Jessa's husband Ben Seewald during early courtship, counting on fans shocked over Jessa Duggar's alleged net worth, but why? And Jessa Duggar and Ben Seewald mocked for shocking throwback video, but why? I will explain everything. Jessa Duggar has a message for those criticizing her sixth pregnancy, but why? In response to the rude remarks she has received since revealing that she and her husband, Ben Seewald, are expecting their sixth child, Jessa Duggar Seewald is speaking out. The 19 kids and counting alum claims that many have criticized her and express worry about the size of her expanding brood. To be honest, I've heard a lot of offensive and pointless remarks, but mostly such as, "Oh, you're breeding like rabbits." Or, "Are you making an effort to emulate your mother? Are you going to have 19? She said in a May 8 YouTube video. Even though Seewald declared she was not going to have 19 kids, she praised her mother, Michelle Duggar, as her role model and hero. Her soft nature, love, compassion, and lovely words. "I think she is the best example of a mother," Seewald remarked. Being asked, "Do you want to be like your mother?" "I'm saying, yes, please help me, Lord." The 37-year-old said that she and her spouse had never agreed on a child count, but she also stated that they have no intention of having any more. "We weren't really thinking, oh, we'll just have one or two, when we got married," she clarified. "We might have been in the middle range. I believe that the number 7 or something like was tossed out." The soon-to-be mother of 6 says she is focused on her health and making sure each child is taken care of, despite the criticism. According to her, "We just take it one at a time. I'm not really in a position to decide whether we're going to have another child, or we're done during pregnancy or the early postpartum period. I often say, and my health is Ben's top priority at all times." Additionally, we are able to love and care for each individual and assist in bringing them up to adulthood by sharing pictures of the sonograms on Instagram with the phrase, "halfway to holding you in our arms." The couple revealed their second pregnancy in March. News service, New York Daily News/Tribune. Duggar family was suspicious of Jessa's husband Ben Seewald during early courtship, but why? Some of her siblings' initial reactions to her now husband Ben Seewald will always stick in Jessa Duggar's memory. The 32-year-old Jessa said, "I remember joy especially on the Wednesday, May 28th episode of the Jinger and Jeremy podcast. It was so adorable. She would ask herself, 'Who is this guy?' while she sat there. All she'd do is give us this eye." Ben, 30, made a joke about Jessa's siblings asking concerns about this new man joining the family. "I think there was a little more suspicion because I wasn't from their circle or friend group," he clarified. "This outsider, this alien is me. As a result, they were somewhat wary and distrustful of me." Ben was welcomed by the family right away, but Jessa now thinks her siblings were just unaccustomed to a different dynamic in the home. "I was the first daughter to be in a serious relationship, but none of my siblings didn't dislike him as a person," she explained. In November 2014, about a year after their official courting started, Ben and Jessa were married. Spurgeon, Henry, and George are the couple's boys, and Ivy and Fern are their daughters. The former member of 19 kids, and counting, revealed her sixth child in March. Jessa reminisced about her early years in her most recent interview, when she dreamed of the day when her partner would be loved and adored by every member of her family. "Before I was in a relationship, I thought, when I start dating a guy, I want all 19 of my siblings to love and adore him, give their blessing and approval, and just be best friends with him," she said. I had a lot of expectations. Many of her family members have a close relationship with Ben, Jessa acknowledged, but she eventually realized that her relationship with her husband is what really counts. I had to come to the realization that not everyone must share my feelings for him, given that I am the one getting married to him, she remarked. I obviously don't want him to be hated by anyone. It wasn't like that, but I wanted to know if anyone had a real problem. Jessa is eager to start a family again in the future. Additionally, she keeps thanking God for finding a wonderful partner and father. The woman said on Instagram on May 19th, "Happy 30th birthday to the man of my dreams. Ben_Seewald, I adore you unconditionally. We're eager to see what the upcoming 3 decades will bring." Counting on fans shocked over Jessa Duggar's alleged net worth, but why? Counting on the former, some fans are interested in Jessa Duggar Seewald's wealth. On and off the internet, the 32-year-old has been on. She was once referred to as Jim Bob's diversion from any controversy. Being a stay-at-home mother and promoting various items online, Jessa is well known. However, a recent graph that showed her financial worth caught many people off guard. See the startling details by reading on. Cute pictures of Jessa Duggar's children have been all over her Instagram page. The Counting on alum posted a picture of herself and her children on Christmas Eve in 2024 earlier this month. Jessa bought her children extravagant gifts, such enormous Lego sets for Henry and Spurgeon. Jessa still hasn't posted a new vlog to YouTube. As a mother of 5 children, however, it appears that she has been rather busy. A recent Reddit discussion, however, revealed that Jessa might have had more money than her siblings. Counting a little Jessica Duggar Seewald's sister Jill's comparison photo was discussed by Reddit followers. But the stark disparity in their net wealth caught many off guard. According to the graph, Jill's net worth is $500,000, whereas Jessa's is almost $1 million. Because of her lack of involvement on Reddit, many people are curious about where Jessa obtains all of her money. However, some criticize Jessa for using her children and creating content about them in order to generate extra cash. Did they calculate Jessa's net worth using #SayingSoftSpurgeon? I have never seen a graph as bad as this one. Everywhere there are grammatical and spacing errors. They only appear to require children and a social media profile, so if she is worth $1 million, I need to find a Duggar to take advantage of. 1 million? By watching a YouTube video every few months? That would be amusing though if she published a book. I can only imagine the sarcasm and flatness of it. A recent social media post by Jessa featured a video of her showcasing the makeover she completed for her husband's workspace. She transformed Ben's workplace into a comfortable space and used the bookshelves to add some life to the space, according to the Counting on alum. Also on display was Jessa Duggar Seewald's extensive library. Fans recall Jessa Duggar's bizarre wedding, but why? The wedding of her sister Jana was a major event for Jessa Duggar Seewald. She was the maid of honor, and the bridesmaids were Abby, Johanna, Jordan, Joanna, and Jinger. Jana and Steven's wedding left many in disbelief. On the other hand, several fans made comparisons between their wedding and that of other family couples. They included Jessa and Ben, who were believed to have a strange reception. To find out what happened, continue reading. Reddit users previously talked about a picture of Jessa enjoying the wedding of Jana and Steven. The Counting on alum appeared pregnant in the photo, according to the poster. Others concurred and pointed out that while she posts updates on her family, she frequently hides herself. The bad fit of Jessa's dress, which gave the impression that she was pregnant, was the fault of a number of commentators. Following the marriage of Jana and Steven, Jessa's wedding was the subject of another Reddit thread. The poster claims that they will never forget the occasion when Jessa and Ben hosted their wedding celebration in the parking lot. The Redditor also expressed confusion at the decision made by the Counting on alumni. Other readers thought that Jim Bob didn't spend any money to offer his daughter a lavish celebration, despite their enormous income from the program. While others recalled that the 31-year-old just didn't care about her wedding at the time. Jessa had no interest in getting married. All she wanted were pictures to verify it. And she was eager to leave. Her underlying animosity for the entire situation seemed to be very evident. Because her father is a jerk and only spends money on his pedo son's legal fees. They claimed they didn't really host large wedding celebrations since they don't dance or drink, as I recall. Thus, they only had a brief treat and took a few photos before departing. Wasn't Jill's comparable? Jessa didn't care about anyone else but herself. Shine/Temu quality dresses that she ordered online were worn by her bridesmaids. In November, she insisted on marrying him with ice cream rather than cake. She held a reception in the parking lot because other siblings got married at the same chapel, but I can't recall why. Jessa has been going above and above to make money in addition to her family. A video of the former cast member of Counting On promoting clothing from the Bates Sisters boutique was posted earlier this month. There have been rumors that she joined the company as an endorser because of the time she has been spending with Carlin and Whitney. In addition to marketing, Jessa Duggar Seewald earns money from vlogging on YouTube. Fern's birthday week was the subject of one of her most recent videos. Jessa Duggar and Ben Seewald mocked for shocking throwback video. But why? After posting pictures and vlogs about her family on social media, Jessa Duggar Seewald made headlines last month. Because of all the hate they've been getting, several followers assumed the 31-year-old mother was retreating from social media. However, Jessa and Ben appear to still be vulnerable to criticism even after her homecoming. A Reddit member even found a startling old picture of the two, which led to them being ridiculed. Continue reading to view the image. Jessa's abrupt reappearance to social media caught many admirers off guard. She shared vlogs about her everyday life and a series of stories about her children on Facebook. Some claim that her father, Jim Bob, may have instructed the former cast member of Counting On to divert attention from the possibility of their family being targeted once more during the second season of Shiny Happy People. There are rumors that something is wrong in the family because, in addition to Jessa, Jana unexpectedly returned to social media after a 2-year hiatus. Reactions from Redditors to a 2014 old picture of Jessa and Ben. The former cast member of Counting On is seen in the photo sharing a passionate kiss. The image on their PDA profile left many in disbelief. A number of users, however, made fun of Ben and Jessa Duggar Seewald's kissing technique. Ben appeared lifeless in the picture, while some remarked that the fifth Duggar child seemed to be sucking her husband's lips excessively. I've never seen a kiss that was that tightly sealed. His lips appear to be extremely adhered to one another, whereas Bless's lips are adhering to the surrounding skin. He's not doing anything with his mouth. I find this extremely unsettling to look at. Duggar kisses always make me think of how babies kiss someone. They just plant their lips on you and then remove them because they're copying what they've seen, but they don't know what a kiss is. There is no more awkward couple than Ben and Jessa. Even though I dislike seeing people kiss, this image is extremely uncomfortable. Even with all of the online trolling, some of Jessa Duggar Seewald's Instagram followers continue to support her. The Counting On alum shared a video of Ivy carrying her younger brother, George, earlier in May. She was demonstrating her familiarity with babysitting by rocking her sibling. Fans praised the mother of 5 for teaching her children the buddy system, in which the older siblings look after the younger ones. I adore how girls of this age are so innately nurturing. My 6-year-old daughter is no exception. She has picked up motherhood skills from your example. She embodies kindness, sweetness, and love all at once. Excellent work. She is the most affectionate sister, isn't she? What an exquisite viewpoint. I worry about spending more and more time with each child. But I adore this vista. The most adorable. I think George and Ivy look a lot alike. Priceless. Jessa Duggar aims to become like Mother Michelle? A new vlog that highlights Jessa Duggar Seewald's everyday life with her 5 kids has returned. The 31-year-old has spent the last few days going on a social media binge. Her posts in quick succession shocked many, leading to rumors that the Duggar family is planning something. But what really grabbed people's attention was when she said in her most recent video that she wanted to be like her mother, Michelle. See what she got in the comments below. Not long ago, Jessa posted sweet tales about her children on Facebook. Spurgeon's poetic reaction after losing his chapstick during one of their outings to Silver Dollar City in December was the subject of one of them. Additionally, the Counting On alum enjoys sharing her endearing discussions about Ivy. In addition to thanking her mother and mother-in-law for being excellent role models for mothers, Ben Seewald's wife posted a sweet picture of her children on Mother's Day. Additionally, It seems like Jessa views Michelle's parenting style as so admirable that she aspires to emulate it. Reactions to Jessa Duggar Seewald's most recent vlog, in which she describes a day in her life, are mixed. Jessa discusses her desire to emulate her mother, Michelle Duggar, in the video. The Counting on alum says she wants to raise her 5 kids with the same level of excellence Michelle did. A few Reddit users, however, are concerned that she might try to emulate her mother's behavior by employing dubious tactics. Michelle was an excellent mother to her own 5 children, and Jessa said she aspires to be just as amazing. Since Ivy has started to carry George around, Jessa has started to continue the godly family custom. Jessa will fulfill her ambition of being as admirable as her mother. Additionally, the laundry room breakdown was scheduled on time. How long before one of Michelle's sisters or Josh's girls, who won't be moving in, is brought in on a permanent basis to assist until Ivy is old enough? I'm hoping Jessa isn't employing the same cruel blanket training methods Michelle did to her and all of her siblings. I believe she is the married adult most likely to employ blanket training. It is most likely a tie between Joy and Jessa. In the same thread, some Reddit users also criticized Jessa Duggar Seewald after the recent video of Ivy holding her younger brother George. Some claim that the Counting on alum reduced her parenting duties by using the buddy system with her kids. But a lot of people are upset about it, particularly because Ivy is so young and little. It was startling to see that young girl carrying a large infant securely tied to her. That Jessa was unable to understand the optics of that is very striking. All the boys should have been hers. My sympathies are with Ivy and Fern. They're going to be taking on the role of second mom. She attempted to defend it by claiming that 3 times as many people were needed to carry him or something similar, but she was unable to understand. The kids aren't for idiot like that, No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments, and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.